I've seen Lacey done it before where she's made over 200 calls, and in a day there will be appointments. Like if you're going through 200 calls or so in a day, remember, you are not the one dialing out these calls. All right, you're not dialing out these calls. These calls naturally come into you. And as Shane mentioned, it's not just about reading a script. It's really about learning your product, understanding what exactly you're offering so that you're able to pitch it. And what exactly are we offering? It's a solar consultation for homeowners who are paying over 150 on their monthly electric bill. If they're paying less than 150, you need to probe to find out if it's at 125, the minimum. All right? So running through that 250 calls a day, 200 calls a day, maybe more than that, kudos to you, because I'm telling you that is how you're going to get those appointments set. That is how you're going to be able to win some of the agents' bonuses that will be thrown out as well based on performance. Minimum appointments per day is two appointments per day. For as you get seasoned into it, you're going to notice where you can make 2 appointments, and if you get 1 appointment a day, I mean, that's still good. Team goal is normally 12, and this is normally on a daily basis. Persistence and polite perseverance will increase your success and chances. Normally, agents who hit 5 or more appointments, like even Danisha, you will notice that these are the agents that use a structure and less effort. So their call talk time, their call handle time is very low, where your calls is under 5 minutes. You have to be mindful of each every time you're spending on the phone. You don't want to talk to the wrong persons, and yeah, you don't want to talk to the wrong persons and waste time. So things we need to make sure that we're mentioning is clearly mention the solar evaluation. Now you don't have to do this up front because you don't want them to hang up the phone, right? Hi, Jack. I'm calling from Home Advisory. This is in regards to the rising cost of the electricity rate that's over there in Thrope, Massachusetts. You are the homeowner, correct? Yes. Okay, and what is the average monthly bill that you're paying every month? And they will start telling you. Right there and then you can let them know that we have our team or consultants that will be on site that will be doing a free solar evaluation showing them how they can eliminate that bill. So your introduction is going to need to be very hard, solid. Verify the electric bill information, confirm that they're even speaking to a homeowner. Maybe they don't own the home. Book the appointment properly and set clear expectations for the solar advisor visits. Electric bill probing. You need to ask for the average monthly bill. Don't just ask them, okay, what's your monthly bill? Oh, I'm paying, my bill is at 150. Okay, you're always paying 150. Does it fluctuate? They'll tell you. You're going to need to put these things in your notes. Ask what the highest bill they've paid. Ask what's the lowest bill they've paid. And I've shared some example there, as you can see, right? So the electric cost is the main motivation for them getting solar. All right, good. The solar conversation formula, 5-step structure. Your opening hook, meaning you have a strong opening, and I've shared quite a number of them with you guys. 2, the bill discovery. 3, your qualification. So even though their bill might be high, you have a strong opening hook, you're not out of it as yet. You need to verify the qualification. Is their credit score 650 or above? 650 or below? Above 650 or below 650? And are they even the homeowner? What if they're living in a mobile home? Then you know you're wasting time. And then always assume the scheduling date. Of course, our clients normally post those information out in the group so you guys can see it. And if you're from elsewhere, then I would have to update that just the same for you to get that information. When you assume the date, you're not looking at a calendar. We just go with what is available. The only dates that we don't book next day appointments for is Massachusetts and Maryland. Maryland and DC. Yeah, you'll see that a little further down in the presentation. but always assume the date. For example, we can actually see you, um, let's see, today's Wednesday. We can actually see you on Friday. Sorry, sorry about that. Yeah, we can actually see you on Friday between the hours of 9 a.m. and 6 p.m. What works for you? And they'll give you a chance to, they'll talk. So you need to have a strong confirmation as well, all right? This is the opening script that we used for training purposes. I'm just going to go through this so you guys can understand. So hi, this is Shiloh. I'm Mike speaking with. You don't have to say Go Green Solar, but that's the company brand you can use. Hi, this is Shiloh. May I speak with Jennifer? Hi Jennifer, I'll be brief. So in the area showing homeowners with electric bill over 150 how to effectively eliminate that monthly expense. We're offering a free solar consultation while our team is on site. We'd love to stop by for 15 to 20 minutes of your time to show you how that works. That's all you're saying. Does it sound like I'm reading a script? No. You're having a conversation, and that's how I want you guys to do it. If you guys are going to be rock stars, winners, we can't let other countries come and run you guys out of the bat. We need your Jamaican posse to sound good. We need our Nigerian people to sound good, and we need people from the Latam areas. We don't want outsiders coming in and kicking our butt because they are able to deliver and we can't, and then they're the one making all the appointments, and then you're gonna be like, what is it that they're doing different? Maybe they understand that they're not supposed to read the script. You're having a conversation, okay? Qualifying questions. You are the homeowner, correct? Is this a single family residential home? Or it can work out for duplex if they're not in a single family residential home. And if it's a case where they're in a one or two story home, that's fine too. However, if they're in a two-story house or those kind of home, then you will need to find out if it's 1 meter and you're speaking with a homeowner. Now, guys, this is where it gets spooky. We cannot help them if they live in a condo or condominiums. We can't do HOAs, we can't do commercial properties, and we cannot do townhouse. Oh, we can't do manufactured homes as well, and we can't do mobile homes. All right, now you know it. We can't do none of those. It has to be single family residential home. It can be a duplex, or if it's a one or two story home, you will need to find out a little bit about if it's 1 meter. The 1 meter and the homeowner is only for the two story, multiple stories buildings. All right, but once it's a single family residential home or a duplex, proceed. On average, how much are you paying for your monthly electric bill? Who is your electric who is your electric provider? That information will populate on the dialer as well. You're just verifying the accuracy of that information. Do you receive any discounts from your utility provider, such as SCARE or Senior Assistance Program? You will only need to access mainly for California and Massachusetts. We also need to verify their marital status. But when verifying their marital status, you could ask them the question, because if you go out and ask them, are you married? They're going to ask you, are you married? You don't want that to happen. And what does that have to do with my electric bill, whether I'm married or not? And they're right. It doesn't have anything to do with it. But sometimes it have ownership. Some people have joint ownership. So that's the purpose for asking that question. So the way you can ask this question will be, will your husband or your wife be attending the meeting with you? And if you're exercising active listening, you're going to notice where sometimes they give you that answer before you ask them. So you have to be paying attention. Now, to make sure that you are eligible for all financing options, is your credit score over 650 or below? It's actually 800. Like once they say that, you don't need to go any further. You already know that it's over 650. Have you filed for bankruptcy in the last 2 years? No. Great. Confirm the home address that it is correct, which includes the street, lot number, or anything like that, unit number, city, state, and zip code. If you come across a 4-digit zip code, that means you need to put a 0 at the front. All right? You confirm the mobile number that is listed and the email address as well. That would also be on the dialer. You confirm their where we can what's a best phone number to send them the confirmation details, and this would be mainly when you're doing the virtual appointments. Virtual appointments, you'll notice where that pops up for Florida mainly. We'll see a little bit of on that. So those are the qualifying questions. Sometimes inbound calls will come in, and if inbound call comes in, no record would come up on the dialer, and then you will get scared. You might feel, oh, what am I supposed to say? It's fine, just brand a call. You're speaking with Shiloh, I'm with Go Green Solar. How can I direct a call today? And sometimes the name comes up and you'll realize that, oh, they're just calling back because they maybe receive a missed call and they're just calling back. You brand the call just the same. This is Shiloh with Go Green Solar. Is this Chris? Yeah, I got a missed call from this number. Okay, Chris, so we were calling in regards to the rise in electricity rate over there in Winthrop, Massachusetts, for homeowners who have Pepco electric bill. Our team is going to be on site for a few days doing free consultation. You're the homeowner, correct? Yeah, I am. And your bill is over 150 on average? Yeah, it's about 200 bucks. Right there and then, your conversation, all you're doing is just guiding the rest of the conversation. Property qualification rules. If it's a case where some people just put on your roof and they tell you, I don't want solar on my roof, don't give up. It's okay. If they have enough backyard space, we can do what is called a ground mounting option. And with the ground mounting option, it will give you the ability to put the solar on what is called like a tripod, if you guys know what I'm talking about. And you should always utilize your Google Maps, put in the address just to make sure that you're able to see the exposure of the sun to that roof or to that property. So that's what the Google Maps is for mainly. All right, and that is, you would recommend this for those who don't want to put solar on their roof. If it's a mobile home, they'll qualify for a roof inspection only, and this is for Florida, only for Florida. Roofing appointments are only for Florida. All right, renters are not eligible. Slate roof are not eligible. Stories homes may qualify, as I mentioned before, only if it's 1 meter and you need to confirm that you're speaking with the homeowner. So we would confirm if there's 1 meter and that you're speaking with the property owner, and they need to be living at the apartment as well. All right. Different types of appointments. We have in-home appointments, solar appointments, which are available in specific areas. We have virtual solar appointments, and this is mainly for Florida only. And then we have available statewide in Florida. You need to confirm if the invitation should be sent via text or email when you're booking virtual appointments. All right, and you need to add some notes in your submission form when you're going through your submission, when you're going through that submission. Advisors already in the area. These are just some pointers that you can use. Show savings on their bill. Offer next day events. And this is if you're working with someone who is not in the MD or DC area, right? So for no next day appointments, as I mentioned, it's in red for MD or DC clients. All right. Okay. Schedule appointments 2 to 3 hours ahead. You will notice where this pops up a lot. Let me explain to you what this means. This means that the client that our client is serving is a one-man person. And if you set an appointment for 9 o'clock a.m., would it be wise to set another appointment for 9 o'clock a.m.? No. Because they can't be at two places at the same time if they're a one-man team, right? They're doing it all on their own. So when you set this appointment for 9 a.m., that means the next appointment would have been for 10, 11. Exactly.
10 a.m.
Exactly. So you would set it for 11 or even 12 to be on the safe side. I'll say 11, 2 to 3 hours ahead. That gives them time to end that appointment and go to the next appointment. Some of them are driving and traffic, and it does take some time depending on the distance that these appointments are from. So you have to allow travel time between appointments. And as mentioned, many advisors, they operate as a one man's team, and that is the reason. So proper spacing helps them to improve on the arrival time. Check for updates on blocked out time. These are normally posted in the Slack channel, the WhatsApp channel. And submission form must be filled out in a timely manner after an appointment was set. We'll go through this one together. If it's your first appointment, you and I will go through that one together. You have to manage your call handle time and always be closing. Practice always be closing. These are just some hard to pronounce cities in some states, like Kissimmee. These are just providing you guys with a different way of pronouncing them, because some people pronounce them wrong. We've had one where the guy was from, I'm going to tell you, it was very different. I'm not seeing it. Poughkeepsie. Yeah, this one got one of our team member. It's Poughkeepsie, and it was hard to pronounce, so the agent didn't exactly say it because it was hard. And if she was supposed to attempt to say it, then what would happen is sometimes it will cause them to think that you're not from around the area. They might ask you now, where are you from? How can you be from the US and you've never heard of the state? So this is also good for you to have an idea. You don't have to use this. You can also research them and how to pronounce it. If you can't pronounce it, it's fine. Just maybe not say it would be a good way, so they don't pick up that on the fact that you're not from their area. Requirements to homeowner, or reminders to homeowners. Before ending the call, we cannot just end the call. We have to confirm solar evaluation appointment, repeat the date and time of the visit, and tell the homeowner that they'll need to have a recent copy of their electric bill so that when the advisors show up, they'll be able to see how much they can save. Alright, so that is how we conclude the call. Let me demonstrate. Okay, so Chanel, your solar evaluation appointment is set up for tomorrow at 11 a.m. Just ensure that you have a copy of your electric bill. So when they come out, they'll be able to show you how you're able to save, and they normally call you before coming out as well. Thank you for your time today, ma'am, and you have a great day. Or, congratulations, Chanel. It seems like you're eligible for some of the no money out of pocket solar program. So I see that we've confirmed you for tomorrow at 11 a.m. Just ensure that you have a copy of your electric bill, and the solar advisor will reach out to you before coming out, okay? Have a wonderful day. And that's how you conclude your call. The appointment framing. Always try to let them know that it's going to take about 15-20 minutes of their time, depending on the questions they may have. When the commitment is shorter, we realize that you get a higher booking rate because people don't want to spend hours, minutes talking to someone. Their time is very valuable. Strong confirmation script confirming the date and time, solar evaluation, electric bill ready, and reduces that. This helps to reduce the number of no-shows. Common mistakes to avoid. Would you like me to schedule a time for you for advisors to come out? I'm going to tell you, hell no. Don't ever ask them if they would like you to schedule an appointment. Don't ask that question. Don't ask them when would be a good time to schedule an appointment either. What I want you to do is assume the date and assume the time. For example, I see here that we can visit you tomorrow between the hours of 11 and 6 p.m. What works for you? The ball is in your court because you're now giving them an option to choose from. If they should say, I'm not available tomorrow, then you now need to ask them what date would you be available, and then work out the best time for them. So at all times, they're using common sense, guys. So this long solar explanation will cause them to hang up on you, not probing the electric bill, not confirming both the homeowners, maybe it's a husband and a wife, and if you're speaking to either, it's fine. and not asking the credit score. These are normally things that we have fail calls from, and then you'll notice where you have to call them back to get back more information, and then that's difficult. So try to get it done right on the first call, so that when we audit your call, we won't have to say, okay, Chanel, you're gonna have to call back this person because you didn't ask them the credit score question, or you didn't ask them the bill amount, or we don't know if they're the homeowner. That's why we give you a guide and you have a list of questions to ask, so that it's done right the first time. It's okay to mess up or to forget, which is why I normally recommend to either print your script or have the list of qualifying questions that you need to ask, but you don't want to interrogate them with the way you're asking them. Make it sound conversational. The reason homeowners are booking is not because of solar. I've said this time and time again. It's because their electric bill is too high. Okay? So verify how much they're actually paying. If it's way below 125, there's nothing we can do. Thank them for their time, hang up the call. Or give them an excuse if you don't want to burst their bubble, and hang up the call. Property eligibility. Backyard solar install is okay. Mobile homes will only qualify for roofing only. Roofing appointments are only for Florida. Slate roof are not eligible. Selco company will not qualify. This is normally for the Massachusetts area. Not telco. I said Selco. We've gotten this before in the past, and it's not good. So if you get anyone that has Selco, forget it. Virtual appointments and in-home appointments, it's mainly for Florida, so you won't get mixed up with this one. If you're doing Florida, and you can book the virtual appointments. You don't use a calendar as well. You're just using the available dates based on what is given, and you select timing based on between 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. Monday to Friday. Saturdays and Sundays are included. If they're only available on a Sunday, we will have our advisor go out. However, if you don't have to book it for the Sunday, try not to. These are some of the difficult attitude people that you're gonna have to deal with on a daily basis. People from Rhode Island, they're rude. People from Massachusetts, they're the stereotype. They're blunt, direct. They're very impatient. And then people from the Rhode Island, you will see where they're high self-reported rudeness, aggressive. I don't know what it's like driving on the road, but based on surveys, it seems like they're very aggressive behavior on the road as well. Persons from New York, they're just more fast-paced, high stress level. It's crazy though. Notorious reputation, impatient, and rushed. They'll want to rush you off the phone. And they'll be blunt towards you on the phone or off the phone. People from New Jersey, they're loud and proud. They're very aggressive. They're least polite. They have an assertive attitude. And people from California now would be like high stress levels. They're very pretentious. So you'll notice where they have a reputation for being preoccupied or pretentious vibe. Yeah. So you'll come across some of these. Don't take anything personal, guys. Just don't take anything personal. And this brings us to the end of the presentation, where we want to take the time out now to listen to a few calls.